I used to think whenever I talk to people, how how do you believe these things? Or why do you think this way? Or why do you feel what you feel? If you thought a bit, um, yeah, if you thought a bit, then you logically shouldn't. Or that this, that, or the other. But I think in regards to being like a rational person and taking things into perspective, it's actually it's actually much harder to be rational or to take things into perspective than I thought. Because in doing so, you have to have these myriad of checks and balances, and you need to take into account things that you do not experience and to experience things you do not experience, and to think of every single counter, and to have that just totality of perspective, I think is very hard. I think it's much easier for people to be insane in the sense that they're deeply biased by their own experiences and by their own mental state and by, basically just experience. And I think rationality, it's using the mind to go beyond experience and to go beyond the world and to understand the true nature. But I guess as people, we experience things and it affects us so deeply, and our minds, it's so easy just to get lost in this insanity, I don't know. And you know that these other perspectives are out there, it's just so, it's like you're blinded, I don't know. And by the time people speak with you, there's just like a shock, right? They might think, how are you this way? That's what I used to think. I used to think, how are you this way? The world is out there, but for that person, it's like, well, it's no wonder I'm this way. When this has been what's going on, that this is the result, right? But I guess to those people who have the perspective and who are more so rational, it's also rational to, I think, understand why people are irrational. To understand that they've gone through things that have, I guess, worked. And that makes sense, right? That makes sense.